Well, welcome, Leighton. It's the morning of the Super Bowl, or the morning after the Super Bowl,
Eagles won.
and the
Philadelphia's on
Kansas City
fire.
Chiefs are Super Bowl champions.
No. Eagles won. Philadelphia is being burned down as we speak.
What's funny is we're gonna do a little bit on the Super Bowl after the Super Bowl. So Leighton's going to get to do an instant reaction, but we're gonna talk Super Bowl preview first because I think that's more important. And then we'll do how Leighton feels. That's going to be interesting. I want tears. Either way, I want tears, good
Okay,
or bad.
I'll try my best. Everything's gonna go exactly how I expect, so it'll be hard to get a whirlwind of
I'm
emotions.
sure you expect your team to win a fucking championship. Like that's good lord. That's the most what's the word? Like entitled
It's a Philly
football
thing.
fan thing I've ever heard. Ever. I just can't stand it. I can't stand hearing. I want you to lose now. I'm sorry. I want you to lose.
You're a bum.
I actually, what was my bet on Gridiron Chaos? You know what? I'll do a little preview of the future of Gridiron Chaos. So we're gonna just do that on this show during football season. Um, and Michael will still. It'll be a shorter thing. We're not gonna do the separate show anymore because that's just not working. I took Kansas City money line. I took over 50 and a half. I took red Gatorade for the Gatorade to be tossed. Um, Tails is going to win. It's going to win the toss. It's on a run right now, I think. And the Eagles are going to win the coin toss, which the team that wins the coin toss is like 0-8 or something in the last 8 Super Bowls. So I'm picking the Eagles to win the coin toss, the Chiefs to win. Chiefs, baby. Let's go.
I like when they do the FSU chant.
The racist chant.
I literally only know it from FSU. But I guess it's
Yeah,
just all Native American teams and everything just celebrate the same way.
the tomahawk chop. That's like except for the Commanders. I don't remember or the Redskins. I don't remember them ever doing the tomahawk chop.
Yeah.
Who's going to win Super Bowl MVP?
Um I mean, as you know, I'm not like a super fan as far as like players, but I could see an Eagles receiver winning it. Maybe even an Eagles running back like Miles Sanders because I know he gets a lot of rushing touchdowns sometimes and has some breakaway runs.
There's some
Um,
prop bets for him that it's like over under 10 and a half receiving yards. And it's like, oof, that's a yummy little line. I'd take the under on that. That's you'd make a lot of money. Take the under. He gets one reception for like 7 yards. Like that's pretty reasonable.
yeah, it is. And they've been running that other guy a lot, Gainwell.
Yeah, Philip
I think,
Gainwell. He's
and
been
he's
there
been
for
doing pretty
forever.
good.
How old is Philip Gainwell?
I
No,
thought
I'm
he
gonna
was.
look this up. Gotta be 60. Oh, he's 23.
Yeah, I thought he was really new.
I feel
I
like
thought
he's
an
been
announcer
there
said that.
for a very long time.
Oh, you're thinking of Frank Gore.
No,
It's
Frank Gore
always
did not
it's
play for the Eagles.
I find it so funny all these like really obscure like really old players that just no one hears it like Joe Flacco, Frank Gore. They just like played till they were 40 something and Joe Flacco's
Joe
still
Flacco's
playing
still
I think.
playing.
Yeah. And it's like no one ever hears anything about them.
Frank Gore, former Colt. Did you know that?
I didn't. I know he played for the Jets, I think.
Frank Gore rushed for 1,000 yards on the Colts. He had good years. What the fuck? I remember because
Colts player playing well.
I know. I remember the Colts. I remember that year the Colts got Andre Johnson and Frank Gore. That was right after. I want to say that was right after the Deflategate game where we went in and yeah, we signed him in 2015. So we had just been to the AFC Championship. I mean, we got our shit kicked in, but it was still like we just went to the AFC Championship, and then we had Andre Johnson like star wide receiver. He's a monster. And then you had Frank Gore, who's like monster running back. And then Andrew Luck got hurt. And it was like, okay, our entire franchise is in the ground now. Every few years I have to relive something about Andrew Luck because this year is his first year being eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Dang.
And he's not getting in. I mean, he played 8 years. That's not long enough to get into the Hall of Fame. But it was still, it's sad. It's hard. I mean, it's just makes me sad. He's a white. I mean, I put it on our episode topics thing of guest ideas. Andrew Luck at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler is also on there. Tom Brady and Peyton
crazy.
Manning. Huh? Adam Sandler?
Just any of them.
Yeah, that would be insane. Can you imagine that?
Tom Brady, I love you.
I've seen your house. I took a picture outside your house.
We'd have to bring Jay on.
Who? What's your score prediction?
He's not part of the podcast lore yet.
No. What's your score prediction?
Score prediction. I do think it'll be around 50 points total. Maybe not crazy over, but I do think it's going to be over. I think it's going to be like something like, maybe like 30, 31 to like 23 Eagles, something like that.
I don't know if you saw the script leaked. The script got leaked. It's 37-34 Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to win. That's the script.
Who says that's the script?
The NFL. Pro Football Reference.
How was it leaked?
It got leaked because Pro Football Reference had a page for the Super Bowl on there, and it was like already completed, and it had it 34-37 Chiefs.
That's so dumb.
I'm sorry.
If that happens, then we literally have to reject the NFL.
I think even if the NFL was scripted, I wouldn't stop watching it. You know?
It'd just feel like WWE.
It would. And honestly, I wish I got into WWE as a kid. Like, it looks so fun to watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looks so interesting. And it's just like, I'm too late. I can't join now. Like, I missed those great years. Also, I remember a lot of the kids that were into WWE at the time were weird as hell.
Weird.
They were really weird. But now I look at it and I hear like people talk about WWE who are like older than me, and they're like, yeah, I remember in like the 90s and like early 2000s when it was really good. And I'm like, damn, I wish I was into WWE. And then like I look at all the wrestlers and like half of them, they look like crackheads that just happen to like be bigger than everybody else. That's all it is.
Paul's in the WWE now.
Is that supposed to get me to want to watch?
No, it's just something silly.
Rob Gronkowski was.
He was?
He was like on it. Yeah, he was on a couple of their when they had one in at Raymond James. And he was in it. He was like they like brought him out from the crowd and like he fought in one of them. It was hilarious. And like a security guard tried to stop him too. They were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then they had to tell him, "No, this is Robert Gronkowski." You know, I was playing basketball somewhere, and I'm walking out, like I'm walking to my car, and I hear these kids talking about Madden. They're playing Madden Mobile, and I was like, first of all, I was brought way back. I was like, whoa, Madden Mobile, holy shit!
Too bad
you remember the days of Madden Mobile?
Yeah, I love that game.
I mean, the game sucked compared to regular Madden, but it was still awesome. And they were talking about like getting cards and stuff and like player packs. And he goes, and I guess Rob Gronkowski's has like Robert Gronkowski. And the kid goes, "Who's Robert Gronkowski?" And I never interject into conversations that are not involving me. But I literally said to this child, it was 3 kids. I just said, "You don't know who Rob Gronkowski is?" I said it so loud at him. And he was like, "Oh, Rob Gronkowski." I was like, "Oh my god, dude, this kid's stupid. He's dumb.
That is so dumb. Take that kid's iPhone while you're at it.
Why does he have an iPhone if he doesn't know the difference between Rob and Robert?" The only one that I could understand is if somebody was named Richard, the Richard and Dick thing.
Hmm.
Hey, Leighton, how do you get Dick from Richard?
I don't know.
You ask nicely.
Okay. I figured that was just what some. I don't know. I figured that was the direction of that joke. I've just never heard that before.
Never heard that?
No, I haven't.
That's
At least not that
crazy.
I can remember.
That's actually a pretty common joke.
I get it. I'm a bum.
You are a bum. A true bum ass motherfucker. Um,
Oh.
Alrighty, night after the Super Bowl. Um, I'm already in bed. I was watching with family, so we all grieved together for a while. I've got my retainer in, so I can't enunciate too well. Um, but that game, it was a good game, very entertaining Super Bowl. I guess I'll just get right to it. That last holding call, garbage call. Game deciding call too. The Eagles needed to make that stop. They hadn't made a stop all of the second half. They needed to make that stop, and they do. And what happens? The flags fly. The golden boy has to win. Um, the Chiefs might have still won, even if that wasn't a flag, but at least the Eagles were definitely cheated out of a last drive attempt. Because that was a ridiculous call. Um, the Eagles defense kind of did sell the whole second half, but they did make that stop there, and that counted for something. And that's so dumb that hold, if you can even call it a hold, was called. And the refs knew exactly what they were doing, bruh. That was a soft call on the most important play of the game. Um, but yeah, I will say the game, the first half went basically how I was expecting. I was expecting the second half to go pretty similarly, and obviously it didn't. The Chiefs did make a comeback. I did expect more from the Eagles defense. They had the number one pass rushing defense, and it really didn't show. Um, but yeah, I really would have enjoyed seeing Jalen Hurts with a 1 minute hurry up offense drive, but that was 100%. They were cheated out of that. Um, yeah. The Eagles or the NFL's Instagram is already blowing up. Like over 20 posts about the Chiefs already, which obviously they're Super Bowl winners, whatever. But I am salty about that holding call, as all Eagles fans should be. Um, but yeah, Jalen Hurts will win a ring. He will. I think he played great. But yeah. Also, Patrick Mahomes does not have an injured ankle. That is so whack. Are you serious? Now the script writers, they're in his ear. Whenever he runs and then gets up, they're telling him in his ear, "Oh, make the face," and he goes, "Ah." Like, bruh, his ankle is fine. That's such a lie. The NFL just wants to make, oh, Chiefs with a broken ankle beats the Bengals, and then they wanted to do it for the Super Bowl too. Everyone, oh, Chiefs, an injured Patrick Mahomes is still the second best quarterback in the NFL. Okay, whatever. No one's going to talk about Jalen Hurts' shoulder injury he received late in the season, but whatever. Um, but yeah, it was an exciting game, especially for people who weren't rooting for either team. Very exciting to watch. Nice and high scoring, as a fun Super Bowl should be. I guess that's all I've got.
All right, quick Super Bowl recap. RIP to Leighton. Leighton is dead. Leighton's entire life is dead. Eagles fans are dead. Chiefs, baby. I mean, I'm not a Chiefs fan, but listen, that was a fucking great Super Bowl. I mean, the holding call was a little ticky-tacky, but it was a hold. I mean, it definitely was a hold. He grabbed the jersey, so I don't blame him. They threw the flag. They didn't throw flags all game. They're letting the boys play, and then they throw it on that one. I don't know. I mean, a little ticky-tacky, but to be honest, I mean, the Chiefs were going to win that game anyways. They were clearly the better team in the end. Made really good second-half adjustments. Eagles, you blew a 10-point lead at halftime. I mean, a double-digit lead at half is, it's hard to say you should have won when you blew a 10-point lead. I mean, the Chiefs just came out in the second half and just kicked the shit out of them. Yeah, that was tough. So congrats to the Chiefs, Super Bowl champions again. Eagles, get them next year, I guess, right? Yeah. End of the football season. 206 days, I think, until the next football game. So countdown. Countdown starts now. To the draft, baby. Let's go. Go Colts.